So, do you wanna know how to build one of the fastest and most fun characters to level? Then you're right here. Let's look into the Chaos Slinger. First of all, if you have a tabula, that's really nice, and you can up your single target damage a bit with it. But it is totally not needed for this build. What we need is basically one 4-link and one 3-link. If you don't have a 4-link, you can also get by using 3 3-links. Let me explain the Spellslinger setup first. Spellslinger is a spell you get at level 24 that reserves a certain amount of mana depending on the gems and support gems in exchange to trigger those spells linked to it as soon as you do any wand attack. So basically, you could do the basic attack and all the linked spells would automatically cast without any additional mana cost. In our case, we will use Frenzy to trigger the spells in a quite simple setup and just to generate frenzy charges while we use it, and being able to link it to support gems. Our basic Spellslinger setup, which we will use at level 24, will be Spellslinger, linked to Essence Drain, and linked to Contagion. You can also put in Void Manipulation in the links and drop it once we reach level 28, and we'll be able to make another Spellslinger setup with link to Soulrend. Soulrend will help us a lot with the clear, and once we're around level 35 to 40, we can add lesser multiple projectiles into that setup and make the clear even wider and cleaner over the board. So, we will start off with our basic setup: Spellslinger, Essence Drain, Contagion, and Void Manipulation. You see how you have a Spellslinger symbol down here that will reserve 72% of our mana in exchange to trigger all those spells once we hit a default wand attack or our frenzy setup. Once we're level 28 and can utilize Soulrend, we will drop Void Manipulation and link Spellslinger with Soulrend in another setup, activate it, and shoot that one out as well. You see how Essence Drain and Soulrend are flying next to each other. Once we're high enough level and the mana reduction gets higher on our Spellslinger, the higher we level, the lower amount of mana it will reserve. We can link LMP, lesser multiple projectiles, to it and shoot out 3 Soulrends, which will help us a lot with the clear since we have a wider area that we are hitting. Once we further level, we can add Void Manipulation into the mix and be set up until maps with this setup. For our single target, we will use Blight, ideally Viable Blight, with Infused Channeling, Efficacy, Void Manipulation, Controlled Destruction, and Swift Affliction. If you have a tabula or a 5-link, just drop the last gem. If you have a 4-link only, just utilize the first 4 and you'll be good to go. Blight is our single target and nearby ability. That's why we will use Infused Channeling to help us a bit with tankiness, because we take less damage while we're channeling and do more damage. Our frenzy setup, which will help us generate frenzy charges, will be linked to faster attacks, and later on at level 38 we will link Hex Touch and our curse Despair to it to automate the full process. Now to our utility skills. Ideally, we want to use Flame Dash with Arcane Surge and Second Wind if you prefer the Flame Dash, and also Smoke Mine. Smoke Mine helps us to gain movement speed after we Smoke Mine for a set amount of time. Ideally, you want to link your Smoke Mine and have your left click on Detonates Mine. This way, you automatically, while you run, detonate your mine and are utilizing smoke mine instantly.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Another neat trick you could use, if this is not your first character this league, to up your damage even more, and you have some gems with quality and the chaos tag, as you see on Caustic Arrow or added chaos damage where it says chaos and support, you just have to have the chaos tag and altogether 40% quality, which will resolute into this vendor recipe. You will get your wand back with the same links and sockets and the quality, but with +1 to level of all chaos spell skill gems. Let's do that. Okay, first wand done. Let's see if we can get another one. And we're set. With this setup, you will deal enough damage up to maps and even up to low yellow maps. For the passive tree, we will go through the chaos damage nodes in the start of the shadow, grab some life, skill effect duration, move towards elusive, which will give us 15% dodge spell, attack hits, and 30% increased movement speed. Further, we will pick up the chaos damage over time multiplier nodes here and here. Some life nodes on the way. Life nodes here. Make it into the witch where we get mana and life. Get area damage and area of effect. And the life nodes here. As you see, we can pick quite a lot of life nodes because our damage will be more than fine without too many damage nodes. Further, if you want to get even tankier, you can make it into acrobatics and further into phase acrobatics, which will help you dodge spells and attack hits. For our ascendancy, we will pick the Trickster in this case and get Patient Reaper and Prolonged Pain. This will carry us up to maps until we get Ghost Dance, and if you're going CI later, Escape Artist. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the build itself. If you have any further questions or you want to comment that you like the build, please drop them in the comment section below, and also make sure to subscribe and like the video so I know to put out more build guides and content in the future. You can also stop by nearly every day at my stream on twitch.tv/baker. Happy looting!